Dronacharya, a remarkable guru, was a soldier, skilled in weaponry and warfare and a great scholar with knowledge of the Vedas and wisdom. Dronacharya, often referred to as Drona, was born to sage Bharadwaja. His birth was not ordinary. Once, near the Ganga river, sage Bharadwaja saw a beautiful Apsara named Ghritachi. Overcome with attraction, the sage released his seminal fluid, which he collected in a pot, Drona. From this, a boy was born. Drona, meaning one born from a pot. Drona studied the Vedas and extensively mastered the art of warfare. His childhood friend was Drupda, the prince of Panchala. They were very close friends, and Drupda, as a youth, promised Drona that when he became king, he would share half of his kingdom with him. As Drona aged, he desired to expand his knowledge and set out to find the greatest sage, Parshuram. Parshuram was an expert in archery and other war arts. He had vowed to eradicate the Kshatriyas and, having no disciples to share his knowledge with, accepted Drona as his student. Under Parshuram's guidance, Drona thoroughly studied archery, divine weapons, and war strategies. After completing his education, Drona married Kripi, the sister of Kripacharya. They had a son named Ashwathama, who was born with a siren gem on his forehead. Despite his vast knowledge and skills, Drona struggled to provide proper facilities for his family. One day, young Ashwathama saw his friends drinking milk and asked his mother for some. Unable to bear her son's distress, Kripi mixed flour with water and gave it to him, making him believe it was milk. Ashwathama drank it eagerly but was disheartened when he realized the truth. This incident deeply pained Drona, and he decided to seek the wealth and status needed to support his family. Remembering the promise made by his childhood friend Drupda, Drona travelled to Panchala to seek his help. However, Drupda, now a powerful king, did not recognize Drona and rejected their friendship, saying that friendship could only exist between equals, and dismissed Drona from his court. Humiliated and angry, Drona vowed to reclaim the kingdom and honor that were rightfully his and returned home. A significant change in Drona's life occurred due to the Kuru princes of Hastinapura. One day, while wandering in the forest, the young princes were playing a game called Chaturanga, and a dice fell into a well. Despite their best efforts, they couldn't retrieve it. Drona approached them, crafted an arrow from grass, and retrieved the dice. Impressed by this, the princes took him to Bhishma, the Pitamaha of the Kuru dynasty, who immediately recognized Drona's talent and appointed him as the palace teacher. As the guru of the Kuru princes, Drona trained them in war arts. His most beloved disciple was the middle Pandav, Arjuna, who excelled in archery. Drona promised to make Arjuna the greatest archer in the world. Under Drona's guidance, Arjuna mastered various weapons, including the powerful divine weapon like Brahmastra. However, Drona's teachings also stirred controversy. Eklavya, the son of a forest dweller Devashrava, approached Drona and requested to become his disciple. But Drona, being bound to the Kuru family, refused to teach Eklavya. Deeply hurt, Eklavya created a statue of Drona and practiced archery before it, eventually becoming an excellent archer. When Drona learned of this, he demanded Eklavya's thumb as Guru Dakshina, knowing that without it, Eklavya would be unable to shoot arrows. Out of respect for his guru, Eklavya cut off his thumb and offered it, ensuring that Arjuna remained the best archer. Drona never forgot the insult he suffered from Drupda. As part of their training, Drona said his disciples to capture Drupda alive and bring him. Under Dushasana's leadership, the Kauravas tried to capture Drupda but failed. Then, Arjuna, with the help of his brothers, captured Drupda and presented him to Drona. Drona, now in power, reminded Drupda of his previous promise and rejected him. However, instead of taking his entire kingdom, Drona took only half of it, preserving his friendship promise. Drupda, accepting his defeat, vowed to take revenge on Drona. Drupda performed a yajna, from which Draupadi was born as his daughter and Dhrishtadyumna as his son. Draupadi, born from the fire, was also known as Yagyaseni. Dhrishtadyumna was born to kill Dronacharya, and Drupda, impressed by Arjuna's valor, had Draupadi born to become his wife. Drona's life culminated in the great battle of Kurukshetra with the highest acts of heroism. After Bhishma's death, he became the commander of the Kaurava army. Although he fought on the side of the Kauravas, Drona's heart ached for the Pandavas, especially Arjuna. However, as a soldier and teacher, he remained devoted to his duty. Drona fought as an undefeated warrior on the battlefield. However, his downfall was due to his excessive love for his son Ashwathama. On the 15th day of the war, Krishna, knowing that Drona could not be defeated by ordinary means, devised a strategy. He instructed Bhima to kill an elephant named Ashwathama. Then, Krishna told Yudhishthira, known for his commitment to truth, to announce that Ashwathama was dead. Yudhishthira, with a heavy heart, declared that Ashwathama had died, but he did not specify whether it was the elephant or Drona's son. Overcome with grief, Drona, weakened, stopped fighting and sat down on the battlefield in meditation. At that moment, Dhrishtadyumna, fulfilling his duty, beheaded Drona with his sword. Thus ended the life of Dronacharya, one of the greatest warrior and teacher in the Mahabharata epic. Dronacharya's life is a tale of devotion, respect, and tragedy. He was a great teacher, a mighty warrior, and a man committed to his duties and promises. However, his life was filled with internal conflicts. His love for his disciples and his duties as warriors. Between his honor and the vengeance he sought. His story reminds us of the sorrowful consequences of human desires and attachments.